That looks pretty nice.
This one looks so yummy.
Good morning! Welcome in a new vlog. Well, good morning. It's 11:20. I have quite a bit of work to do today, so I thought I could take you on a productive working day. I thought it could be interesting to give you like my best tips on how to stay productive when working from home, because I feel like even if you're not freelance, there is a lot of like I have a lot of friends who even on a contract have to work from home a few days a week. So I have been freelance for a bit more than 6 months now, but I've been working from home even before that. So I have collected some of my best tips to have an efficient day from home, because for me procrastination is a big problem. Like I tend to procrastinate very easily, so I kind of need a set routine, or to do certain things in order to have a nice and productive day. As you saw this morning, we went for a little walk, grabbed a little coffee, because, well, I actually wanted to go for a run this morning. Because if you watched my first Vlogtober, I said that I wanted to go for a run at least one time a week. But when we woke up, it was raining a lot. But then it cleared up, but it was too late. We already had breakfast by the time it cleared up, and I cannot go run with a full tummy, so yeah, a bit gutted about that. So anyway, so we decided to go for a walk instead, and that was very nice. And that's one of, I've said it before, but it's one of the things I kind of need to do in order to have a productive day. I've read that 100 times, and I can validate it 100%. What you spend the first hour of your day doing is what you're gonna be wanting to do all day. And if I spend the first hour of my day, or as soon as I wake up, scrolling on my phone or being on social media and stuff, I'm just gonna procrastinate all day. My brain is just gonna want like quick dopamine, and it's not gonna be able to focus on anything. What I try to do when I have the mental strength, because obviously some days it's easier than others, I would start my day reading or exercising, going for a walk, or just try to stay away from my phone. I actually leave my phone in the living room when I go to bed, so that way I'm not tempted to like have it as soon as I wake up. But anyway, and yeah, and going outside is definitely one of the best things as well. Getting some movement. I feel like I keep saying this in my vlogs, but I feel like I also say it to remind myself on how important is it, because as much as I'm giving advice, I'm definitely not applying them every day, because we're only humans. Like we cannot have the same amount of mental strength and motivation every day to do things. I mean, it's not about motivation, it's about discipline, but it's still, yeah, you don't always every day wake up with the same drive, so it's not always that easy. Then one of the other thing I do that really helps me is have a sort of like planner. I've already shown that one in a previous vlog, but it's mainly a to-do list. Can you see it? Yeah, it's mainly a to-do list and some notes and a timetable, and just honestly just doing a to-do list really helps me at the beginning of the day to list everything I need to get done. Otherwise it's overwhelming. Otherwise I do something and I'm thinking, oh, I also have to do this thing, and I just don't write it down. Like it's too hard. So yeah, I write the to-do list first thing. I also have an app that I use that I find very good. I don't use it every day, but I use it when I feel like I need structure in my day, and when some days it helps me to have a good structure. This app, it's called Well, it's actually called structured, so that's funny. And basically you add tasks to your days. So for example, I'm adding a new task. I'm gonna say work for an hour, and it's gonna be added there as work. And then once it's done, I can just tick it and just add all my tasks like this. What I like to do, I kind of cheat on this like to-do list and apps like this, is that I also add all the tasks that are not work related. Like, I don't know, if I need to do a laundry, I could put it in there. If I would put my lunch break in there, for example, my workout, just because it gives you a bit of dopamine to like tick that little box. And I feel like that's quite helpful. And it makes me feel like I have achieved something, and it therefore motivates me to like do harder tasks. And about that, one of my advice, which is also a well-known advice, is start with the hardest task, because then it's done and you can do the easier ones after. So yeah, that's kind of my advice for that. Another one would also be to change your work environment. So like at least probably once or twice a week I would go and work from a cafe, because, or a library. That really helps me focus. And like if I struggle too much from home, then yeah, I would just go and work from a neutral place where you feel like that's you have no distractions around you. I wish I was living in a flat that was big enough so I could have my own little office space. That's gonna be true now. I don't want to overload you with chattings about that, because also I'm very aware that's probably not that interesting for the majority. Actually, don't really know. But I do feel like more and more people work from home at some point in the week, even if they're not freelance. So anyway, I am gonna, actually haven't done my to-do list this morning. I'm giving advice, but I'm not following them. So I'm gonna do that and go back to work. And then, yeah, I'll take you along for this little productive day in my life. Going back to work, because I still have a bit of work to do, I thought I would make a little matcha. I've been looking for like the best way to do it, and I'm pretty close to making a very, like, I was gonna say the best matcha in the world, but I make very nice matcha, and I don't even think I'm using the best one. I changed angle because I think it's maybe a bit nicer here. I was saying, when it comes to matcha, I think there is a few rules to respect if you want to make it well. One of the first rules, I think, is not to boil your water too much, I think. So it needs to be 80 degrees hot, not more than that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 80 degrees. Because if you do it too much, then you kind of burn the matcha and then it lost all its benefits. I personally use this one, which again I don't think is the best one. It's organic, which is kind of the most important thing for me. I know there is like a lot of better ones, like the ceremonial, I think they call them the ceremonial matcha, but they're like 30 euros for a little box, and it's not in my budget. And this really honestly does the trick. It's a good quality matcha, I think. The taste is good. So I used that little special spoon, but I think if you use a tablespoon it's the same. And you need to put 2 of them. Then that's when you pour your water that is not heated more than 80 degrees. Don't put a whole lot of water. And then the second thing that's important, if you want it to be nice and foamy, is when you mix it, you're supposed to go and do a sort of M or a W. And that's how you get all the nice foam. I'm far from being a matcha professional and I'm probably missing a lot of steps, but I still did my little research and this is kind of what's been working for me. Now you have this cute little foam on the top from how I've been mixing it. Back to work! Okay, so work is done. Now I still have to do a couple of admin things and I still have to edit today's vlog. And it's 3:30 now and I want to try and do all of that before 5 because I would like to go to the gym. I had to make a very annoying phone call. Okay, so this is gonna be a bit of a story time. We had problems, well, without giving too many details. Finn has a meeting, so I had to move to the bedroom to tell you my story time. So yeah, basically I was saying we had a few problems with our previous landlords. They owe us some money that as soon as we moved from the flat, we just had zero news from them. I was texting them and they were not replying and stuff. And I was just really like pushing the most like as possible. Like I just didn't want to have to call them and confront them. It's not face to face, but calling for me is like, I feel like if you have social anxiety, you get that. But like having to do phone calls, especially if it's like confronting phone calls, it's stressful, and I was really like trying to wait for the last minute to do it. And honestly, I probably would have let it go normally, but because they've been such bad landlords, didn't have a really good experience with them. So just for the principle. So anyway, I called them and I'm gonna get the money back. So that was stressful, and that was a thing I hate doing. I'm sure if you have social anxiety or if you don't love confrontation, you will understand. Well done me for that one. Hi, it's almost 6:30 and I just finished working, and I think I'm gonna go to the gym now, even though it's already a bit late and I think it's gonna be busy, but I really feel like I need to have a good sweat. So I'm gonna do that. That was quite a busy day with work, and yeah, I had quite a lot of things to do in the end, so I'm so sorry. That's probably not the most interesting vlog. So I'm so sorry. There will be days like this when you vlog every day for a month. It's hard to do something super fun every day, especially when you have to work and edit a new vlog every day. But there will be more exciting days coming, and actually tomorrow I'm going for a cycling class, which I'm so excited about because I've never done that. And it's the kind of cycling class where you have like a DJ and maybe not a DJ, where you have like music and kind of dark lights, and yeah, I don't know, it sounds quite fun. And we're planning on going away at the end of the month. We don't know yet if it's gonna be in Belgium or in Brittany, in France. So we're kind of like discussing that. But all that to say that there will be more interesting vlogs coming up and a bit of a change of scenery as well. So yeah, I hope you still had a good time and that you're having a nice day or a nice evening in any case. And I send you a lot of love, and I will see you tomorrow for a new vlog. Bye!